Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be kind of an unusual unboxing. Um, so I got these packages behind me. I'm not sure if you can see, but here, I'll show you these packages and a whole bunch. And they never came to me. So, and the story of these packages is a little bit interesting. So, about a year ago, almost 2 years ago, I ordered some comics that they would not ship to Canada. And this is before I knew about the Stackery service. So what I did was like, okay, I got family that lives in the U.S. My parents they live in the U.S. during the winter, and there's like snowbirds. They live in the U.S. during the winter, and they come back to Nova Scotia, where they're from, during the summer. So they're sort of between Canada and the United States. So what I figured, hey, I visit them either in Florida where they live during the summer or during the winter, and I visit them sometimes in the summer, when they are in Canada. So I kind of visit both ends. So I figured sometime during the year I could pick up the comics and bring them back here. But what ended up happening was we had the COVID whole lockdown thing, and basically I had no opportunity to pick up these comics. So these were comics that were just sitting there, sitting with my parents. And so my parents said, "Oh, we have them in Florida, but we'll bring them back with us. So at least they're in Canada." And then we figured, hey, we can meet, but never happened. Never happened that we could actually meet even in Canada. So it's kind of weird. We had weird restrictions in Canada where even between provinces you couldn't travel. So it was very annoying. So my parents just happened to visit today, and they brought me not only these comics, but they brought me some of my old stuff that I had left behind in Nova Scotia. So they brought like so much junk that I'm like, oh, you could have just thrown that away. I wouldn't have minded. But they did bring some kind of cool things that kind of remind me of the 90s. So I will show you this stuff. So first thing, I actually want to show you something that I won back in the 1990s. So way back when, my comic shop had, like my local comic shop in Nova Scotia had a contest, and you could win a prize. And there was like, one was like some nice comic, and one was like a little mini statue, and I forgot what the other prizes were. But I won actually the prize. I was like one of the winners. I was like so happy because I don't usually win anything. I have a really bad luck about winning prizes. So I ended up winning this prize, which is a little mini statue, unpainted statue of Pitt. This is such a 90s character. You got Pitt on the back, and it came with the card too. So you got Pitt #1 card, and it was like a little statue. It was like, I think it was worth about $15 back in the day. It's probably worth maybe less now. It's like such a non-valuable thing, but it's kind of cool. I just think it's cool that this is some prize that I won back in the day from my local comic shop. So my parents, I don't know what made them bring that of all things, but they brought that to me. The other thing they brought me was the packages that I had ordered. So I'm just gonna rip this open. I don't know where my knife is. I'm looking around for my knife. I have a knife that I use normally. I don't know where I put it. So I'm going to do this without a knife, which might be impossible. So I got to find my knife. Where's my knife? When you need something, you can never find it. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this without a knife, which might be challenging. I don't think this is going to work. Where? Just bear with me for 1 second. I don't know where I put my knife. That is so weird. Oh, I found my knife. So that was awesome. I wish I could edit this out, but I'm not going to. So, sorry. There's no editing. No editing. This is what you get when you watch my videos. You get no editing. All real life experiences. Me looking around for my knife, where I I put my other comics on top of it, so that was really smart. Okay, so this book is kind of cool. And let's see. It came with a little note. Okay, dump that on the floor. So, this is 1998 Dark Horse Presents Annual. Okay, so this is the one. Dark Horse Presents Annual 1998. And this just happens to be the very first appearance of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think it even says it. Look, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is where she made her first appearance. And it's a Dark Horse Presents Annual 1998. So kind of cool. I think that's awesome. So, and I finally get it after a year, almost 2 years. So yeah, so that's the first one. And let's see if I can open this without... Next one. Now this is actually even more interesting about why this arrived at my parents' house. So my brother lives in California and we were supposed to meet in Florida for Christmas. And so he bought me a gift, and it got sort of brought from California to Florida, and then Florida to Nova Scotia, and now it's come to Ontario where I live. So it's gone, sort of done the North American tour. So this is Star Blazers, and you can tell my brother paid $10 for this awesome book. So this is Star Blazers #1, and this is like, if you're not familiar with Star Blazers, really awesome show from the 80s. And basically they had this flying battleship, the Yamato, I think it was, and it would fly around from one planet to the next, and they were trying to find a place to repopulate Earth. And it's the whole set. It's 1 through 4. I won't open it, but yeah, so you can see, kind of all the characters and stuff. But it was just a really popular anime in the 80s, and I'd run home from school during lunchtime and watch it, and it was like the big show for me. I really enjoyed it. So my brother got me that. So I really like that book, that cartoon series. Okay. And the last comic is a slab. And it's like a very cool slab. Quite excited to get it finally. Because I actually wanted to order this, but they wouldn't ship it to Canada. So they wouldn't. So I had to get my parents to order it, because they actually blocked me, because I kept on asking, please, can you send it to Canada? And they actually blocked me on eBay. I was like, what the heck? Why are you blocking me? So, because I kept on asking, I guess. I asked too many times, could you ship it to Canada? I'm like, it's safe to ship to Canada, but they wouldn't ship it. So they ended up blocking me. So even if I wanted to buy it, like even when I could have sent it to the US, they wouldn't send it to the US. They wouldn't accept my buys. So I had to get my parents to actually buy this for me. It was so messed up. But at least I got it. It's this one, Spirou, and it's 1468. Now you're probably wondering, what is Spirou and why is he saying it with a French accent? Well, this is a Belgian comic. It's kind of like a comic magazine. And this just happens to have the very first appearance of Smurfette, where she has blonde hair. And does it say? Yeah. Smurfette becomes a real Smurf. I'm not sure if you can see that, but and it's all in French. It's doesn't even say that much. There's details inside, basically, it says. So this is kind of a cool comic. I'm a big Smurf fan. I love the Smurfs. It doesn't even have Smurfs on the cover, or even on the back cover. It's got some other cartoon, like Bill. Yeah, so just sort of a interesting comic. But first appearance of the Smurfette when she becomes a real Smurf. So what happened was Gargamel actually makes Smurfette, and they actually joke about it in the movie. But he makes her, and she has black hair, and she's kind of ugly when they first make her. because Gargamel doesn't really know how to make a pretty Smurf. So he makes this Smurfette, and she's kind of ugly. And she's meant to seduce all the other Smurfs so that they would get captured by Gargamel. She was kind of a servant to Gargamel. And at first, she kind of betrays the Smurfs, but because she kind of feels this kinship with them, she ends up saving the day and rescuing the Smurfs. And Papa Smurf kind of casts some magic spell on her and makes her into a full Smurf, into a real Smurf. And when he makes her into a real Smurf, her hair changes color into blonde. So only blondes are real. So that was the kind of the moral of the story. This is just a really great book. This is from 1966. So really great. And you can see it's quite large. So that's it. That was my comic unboxing. I actually did get some other things, like there's one more package, but this is not really comics. It is, but it isn't, if that makes any sense. I'll show you what it is. I'm not too concerned. I'll just show you what it is. I know what this is just because I get it every so often from... And it's just these catalogs. So Heritage Auctions, they think that I have money or something because I keep on buying from them. So they'll send me all their catalogs of all their big auctions that are coming up. So these are all the promised ones. I actually have these catalogs already. I don't know why they keep on sending them to me. They think I'm going to buy twice or something. I don't know. It's really weird. So yeah, it's Doctor Strange. So this is like Platinum Session. And this is like some art auction sales that are coming up. And then they got some more comic art ones. And then I guess they have like some Black Knight one that's coming up. I bid on this comic so many times and I always lose. Not even close. Like the bids always go really crazy. This is a very pricey book. First appearance of the Black Knight. So it's one that I definitely want to have in my collection, but never seem to win. But yeah, I don't know if they have it in the dollar bin. That's more my price range. Okay, so that has been my comic unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit weird, especially looking around for my knife. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment, like, and all that kind of stuff in the whatever. Subscribe, do something. Just hang out with me. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.